Right, so it's more or less confirmed with Destiny 2 on the Xbox One X, as now it's now called. It's still a stupid name in my opinion. But the Xbox One S of Destiny 2 will run at 30 frames per second. It could do native 4K. The console has got the power to do native 4K, but we know for a fact right now it does 30 frames a second. And there's a lot of people out there going, "Oh, it's the PlayStation 4 Pro that's holding the Xbox One X back. That's the reason why it's 30 frames a second." And that's absolutely not true at all. The main person I'm talking about is actually Crapgamer, because YouTube, I really don't understand why you put him in his recommended feed. He's an absolute fanboy. 9 times out of 10 he talks out his ass, and he's starting to do my head in now. But he goes on pretty much say how disappointing that Destiny 2 won't run at 4K 60 frames per second. Now I'm pretty sure Bungie would make sure that Destiny 2 runs at native 4K. Now I'm going to show up a series of tweets from Mark Noseworthy, who is a developer at Bungie. He's got 4 tweets. I'm going to show you them right now. I'm going to go from the bottom one and work my way up because that's the order he wrote them. So he goes, for the first one, we would never hold back game performance on the platform to appease a partner. No partners has asked us to either. That's in response to a lot of people saying that the marketing deal with Destiny 2 that Bungie and Sony have, or Sony and Activision have, could contain a deal that would hold back game performance on the Xbox One S. Xbox One X rather, and even I know that's absolutely bollocks. But then the second one's the most important one. We optimize for each platform's tech to deliver the best social action game experience we can. Period. That second tweet right there, pretty much confirms, in my opinion, that Bungie will make Destiny 2 on the Xbox One S 4K native. I'm pretty confident that they'll do that. The third tweet, all consoles will run at 30 frames per second, deliver Destiny 2's AI counts, environment sizes, and number of players. They are all CPU bound. And number 4, we are currently evaluating 4K for Xbox One X. It launches after Destiny 2, and so we are focused on the launch consoles right now, which is totally understandable. The game's out in a few months on the PlayStation 4 and PS4 Pro and the Xbox One and the Xbox One S. So that completely makes sense, especially with the beta coming up as well. I completely understand that. But I want to go back to the third tweet, that all consoles will run at 30 frames per second to deliver Destiny 2's AI counts. And we got Crapgamer here who keeps moaning that it's a shame that it can't run at 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X. I believe he's basically saying that, what he's saying is that the PlayStation 4 Pro is the reason why the Xbox One X version is at 30 frames per second. So the PS4 Pro is holding the Xbox One X back. Now I'm calling absolute 100% bullshit on that. I'm sure he can think. I'm sure he can think with his brain. But it's not the PS4 Pro that's holding the Xbox One X back when it comes to Destiny 2. It's the Xbox One S and the Xbox One that's holding the Xbox One X back. Jesus Christ. Try saying that when you're drunk. Fucking hell. But think about it. Like when you're on the Xbox One S and you play a multiplayer game like Crucible, and most likely you're going to be joined up with anyone on the Xbox One and the Xbox One S. Them two are already at 30 frames a second. If they teamed up with the Xbox One S X, oh for God's sake, I'm tripping myself up already. But if the S and the One match made with people on the Xbox One S and they were running at 60 frames per second, how unbelievably unbalanced would that game be? How much of an unfair advantage would people on the Xbox One X have on the people on the S and the One? I swear to God, I'm gonna trip I think I've already tripped myself up on it. But can you surely see my point? It's not the PS4 Pro that's holding the Xbox One X back. Like I said, if the Xbox One and the Xbox One S did not exist, and it was just the Xbox One X, oh for God's sake. So let's just say the Xbox One X is the only Xbox console out there. I'm pretty confident Destiny 2 would be 4K 60 frames. Really confident. But because Phil Spencer says no console is left behind, he has said that. I don't need to link it. You can find it yourself. Those words came out of his mouth. If the games, all the multiplayer games that are 30 frames per second that are on the Xbox One and the Xbox One S will most likely be 30 frames per second on the Xbox One X. I mean, it's clear as day. Why would you do frame rates between all the consoles and then make the multiplayer so heavily unbalanced? I just don't get it. But that's just my personal opinion about it. What do you guys think? You know, let me know in the comments section. Do you really believe this crap that because of the marketing deal that Sony and Activision have, that's holding the Xbox One X back? Because to me, that's absolutely ludicrous. But please let me know in the comments below. This is Jamesy Boy logging off. You take care.